Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Radio Works World. This is your host speaking. My name is Agatha and I'm a mentor of excellence and identifier void, and I will be your host today. Now we are broadcasting live from London, and I have a privilege to be interviewing the one and only Lenka Gordy. Welcome, Lenka.
Oh, hello, Agatha. Thank you very much. Hello, hello, everyone all over the world.
So, Lenka, darling, before we start our conversation, I'd just like to point out that these conversations take place on every Friday at 10 a.m. in the morning UK time. And if anyone is interested to join me, they're more than welcome to do so by leaving the message below this post, going to Facebook and connect me through there, or going on my website, agaflow.co.uk. Now, for those who don't know you, Lenka, please tell us, who is Lenka? Give us a little bit of insight into who is Lenka Gordy.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Anyway, thank you very much again for the invitation. My pleasure to be here. And actually, it's a very interesting question, because I think, as everyone discovers throughout the interview, I've gone through lots of transformation. So in the official introduction, I will introduce myself as the founder of hotifyme.com and the creator of the Lenka method. And being as a personal branding performance coach, I basically go throughout the brand, working with especially high flyers, but also entrepreneurs, to help them to shape their personal brands and bodies. On a personal level, I would say I am really, as you know me, very multi-passionate person. Really coming from the space of loving a variety of things, from food, drinks, especially I would say healthy food, drinks, restaurants, like healthy shops, coaching, fitness. But I think the core passion is really like a branding and strategy, which is sort of what I've created now, is throughout, or managed to bring everything together. Apart from that, on a personal level, I would say I love healthy naughtiness. I love to be healthy, but I love to have a glass of wine.
That's fantastic. And I understand that you visit quite a few restaurants and you write about the experience. Is that right?
Yes, I did. And it's actually interesting, because I did it because I had this sort of inside passion of calling that I need to do something with restaurants. And I was trying to find what would be the way. I mean, I went with just the feeling at that moment, and I actually, one of the first ideas, actually one of the first things when I really started working with restaurants was helping them to create lifestyle marketing around what they are selling. I mean, rather than just selling you going to an Italian restaurant, you would be selling the full experience, which means what is the story, who the people are, who are the founders, and everything that when you walk in, it needs to talk to you. It's just sort of like a book. If you open a book, you go through the different chapters, is the experience. Then I thought, because as I say, I love healthy naughtiness, and I worked a little bit with low alcohol wine. Then I really wanted to educate people around healthy eating, because I believe it can be all healthy home. It's quite easy, but how healthy you can be when you are actually eating out. I mean, this is where the interviews came from. And now I think what I throughout my journey of actually where I am right now, what I've really connected with is really helping the owners and the high flyers in restaurants or other healthy food and drink companies to help them to shape their brands, share their story, and allow the places to thrive with them.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think your niche, your market is so wide that I think you're the only one who is doing this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, put it this way: in terms of, if you look at the goal, the end goal, yes, then I would say you always have different tools you can achieve the destination. If you choose to go on holiday, you can go there by car, you can fly, you can take a boat, let's say, yeah. However, I think what I do believe is that what I'm actually selling right now, it's slightly unique, and it's really for the pioneers, because as one of the things I wrote you, I like to call myself futurist, because I really like my core strength. It's through the Gallup findings, it's actually futurist. And until now, I could not understand why I had these callings before, like I wanted to make rosé wine fashionably hot, as I like to call it, or, you know, why the restaurants and stuff. I mean, the concept I'm actually selling, it's quite unique, because I am using really like the personal development, the mindset work, and really discovering who you are, because I believe each of us has a gift on this planet and we need to share the gift with others. Then who you are, then help you to, and then take the actions using TRX, which is a fitness tool to get you in actions, not just on your fitness level, but also for your effectively personal, building personal brand and growing and thriving as a person in your work.
Oh, you are a great example. I mean, when I saw what you were sharing about the TRX workout and all the things that you are committed doing, I just thought, wow, you know, it's very rare to see a woman as committed as you are, as passionate as you are. So where does it all come from? Where does it all stem from? Your passion, your commitment for the personal branding?
Yeah, I think it's, oh my God, this is actually a very long story. And the question you sent me, I was really trying to think like how to get it across, yes. But what I would say one thing about me, I am in Chinese astrology, I am ox, yes. And I think ox is very driven, and they, although they go slowly, but they arrive in the destination, yes. And I think this is slightly, maybe it comes from within, because all my like years from school, everybody saw me as somebody very determined. I mean, where it all comes from, I think what I would like to share, like a little story, is especially from in my 20 years, I was spiritual, but I didn't know I was spiritual, because that time it wasn't really like discussed like this. But I did lots of creative visualization, and I achieved a lot of things through this. Then I went on to the journey of studying marketing and coaching. And I think the marketing was that time when I started connecting with the brands, because my dissertation was why certain brands succeed and others and not. And then I went to the coaching journey, because I studied with the coaching qualification, a corporate and life coaching, and didn't take it on. But throughout, always the work I've been doing, I can see how it was guiding me where I am right now. Because I was doing senior recruitment or headhunting more, you know, where I was working with the senior people, getting to know them, you know, the strengths and all this stuff. Then I work for Kingston University, where I was responsible for commercialization, which was the running your own business thing. Throughout, I always was very interested in the healthy food, drinks and stuff. And then I ran my own business, which was in fashion. However, I can see how I gained the skills and the credibility and the visibility, got myself on the Daily Mail, Forbes, lots of different magazines, why it needed to happen. But I think at that point, I really started going back and forth in terms of the food and drinks. One thing what I would say is that, as a message to everyone, trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself and you allow others to direct you, I believe you will arrive in the destination where you need to be. However, you would be derailed many times. I actually think what I'm doing right now, I could have been there earlier if I really fully trusted myself.
Correct. I 100% agree with you, darling. So what were these events in your life that brought you here? Apart from the example, obviously, you mentioned, is there anything else?
Okay, I think, as I said, I think I just really recently connected with the thing that really everything happened for a reason. But the key events I would really say would be probably maybe doing the masters in marketing. Then, because I always was very interested in PR. Actually, in my 20s, actually my ideal role was either presenter or a PR person. Then was the coaching qualification. I would certainly say I can see now that the headhunter role, how I struggled in the recruitment board, I have to say, because I always had the vision of working with the top people, but it was a longer journey to get there. And but I think what I would like to say, I think especially recently, the last 3 years, was me taking on really the role of personal development. where I started with the like very work focusing on the mindset. I did Landmark, then I did Tony Robbins. And then from there, because it was very like mindset, I'm very strategic. I can go too much on the analytical side and strategy, which means I would strategize all the time and create, as a creator, create all the time. Then I would say the last few events that really changed my life is this year, when I moved on more onto the spiritual and the energy level. I mean, I met an amazing guy called Matthew French who does dowsing, and he taught me how to use pendulum. And the pendulum really helped me to connect with myself and really allow to guide myself through the trusting myself. I mean, all the business decisions I'm actually made is actually thanks to the pendulum. Then I was connected with a guy called Stanley Bradley, which is a Czech sort of futurist shaman guy, but there's lots of like the Chinese and energies work, where he confirmed that I have very high energy level, which allowed me to understand who I am a little bit more. But we made many calls to other people, which was helping them to define their problems and move them through their lives, which I think gave me the power for myself to make certain decisions. And and then basically really I would say following the guidance of universe, which I managed to get the hold of the book, The Universe Has Your Back. I mean, and these things I brought together, and I think what happened through the personal development, the universe work, and the energy work, I was able to understand the strategic part as well as the intuition, the really like connecting with myself. And I think this is the thing when I fully all came together.
Mm-hmm. So you became a whole individual.
Yeah, because my, you notice you with your talent profile specialist, I am a 64% creator. And what has been happening, and I've got a 30% star and the 8% the mechanic side. And what was happening, I somehow find it easier to promote others. It was always the route for me to go, but it was the 30%. But the creator, I was creating, but I never was taking it out there myself to the market. I always sabotage it at a certain point. And what I really realized, thanks to the pendulum, is that actually the work I need to promote of my own work is 70%, which you could say is the creator with the other thing.
Yeah.
And the 30% promote others.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's in a way I personally think what has been happening before is that because being very strategic, commercial, and creator, when I talk to people and I was looking for verification of my ideas, they sort of trying to push onto me their ideas.
Correct.
Yes. And I was, as a creator, on a spot, I created a new business. I created a new idea. And I made the quick decision and I went ahead with it. And then people saw me as somebody who is indecisive, who doesn't know what she wants. You know, she's doing all these different things. But it was only because I was able to create immediately. I was able to take commercially and strategically create a plan, actions done. But I was always at a certain point when I felt like, what now is not me.
Well, now that's how I resonate with that. I'm a total creator, so I know what you're talking about. I can just do something out of my head and these $1 million ideas come while someone else is trying to put their ideas across. I'm just saying, no, it's not going to work for me. I am an indefinite person. There is no restriction. You know, I just like to go out there and create like you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And because the other thing that I realized, that if you understand it, if you are a creator, then you need, like Richard Branson is creator, but once you get to the position where you have the team of people and you can create and give it to them.
Absolutely. And you can't do it all. That's what I think where people are going wrong, that they try to keep their hands on so many things. Well, perhaps you are not the right person I need to speak with, some may say, because if you are a creator, you need to pass other things on to someone else to answer somebody else's question. And you're absolutely brilliant at it. So tell me, what's the legacy? What's your legacy?
Oh, I think the legacy would be really. My mission is to really work with sorts of, I would say, the top flyers in terms of really helping them to shape the personal brand and the body. Yes, and because I believe my gift is that I somehow connect and download. I talk to people I would not even know the industry, and in a space of like few minutes, I really get what is their focus and what they should be doing. Yes, and I think this is the legacy I would like to give shared as a gift, and it's starting effectively through the work I'm doing now. But let's see where it sort of goes. Yeah, I think it's to do around the sorts of. I don't want to title it as a personal branding. I think it's more to it. It's more about really, I believe really in being authentic, you know, in terms of the authenticity of the people. I would say the legacy would be something around helping you to connect with who you are and then share the gift of who you are with others.
And not be kind of almost not shamed, but not feel guilty for the imperfection that happened on the way of who you are becoming, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a last week, my personal share, what happened to me actually yesterday. It was for last few months, I was really finding it quite hard to really fully accept in myself of actually that, you know, the coaching, the training, and all this stuff. It's me, because I knew it was the branding, the strategy is me, the connecting with who you are. But I knew if I go this route, I would go myself again in circles. There was something around what I could not really get about myself. And as you are saying, I was trying to blame myself for being indecisive, for doing this or doing
Correct.
that. And somehow, the last few days, what I really, really did, I really believe in acceptance and full 100% acceptance. What I mean by acceptance, I would say something like surround yourself really fully. And I said, okay, what I'm doing now, it's me. You know, who I am right now, what has happened is me. And then suddenly something amazing happened. I completely got the full thing what I need to sell. And guess what it was? It was actually the personal branding.
You are amazing. I mean, you are just so amazing. You create this wonderful energy. And you know what? By recognizing that we are enough as we are, you open up to something amazing, something magical, something divine. Would you agree?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Because more you get to know yourself, more you know others as well. And more you open up, more things comes to you. Because it's energy at the end of the day. Yeah.
Absolutely, you are amazing. So, what's evolving in your life right now? Please tell us. Share the news.
Okay, the news. Okay, I go a little bit on the energy, you know, because it's I really recently also connected with the energy of the moon, and I was obviously the 7th of August was the moon, and now the 21st is happening is the eclipse. And for those who are Capricorns, apparently the 19th of December is the biggest sorts of a change, which is going to be the Saturn is moving to Capricorn, and it means it's starting the new area for next 29 years. And I really somehow believe this because the things what has happened, I follow this few trusted horoscopes things, I actually happened. I mean, I know now what is really evolving. I'm launching my online course. I am launching my one-to-one to this high flyer, especially in food and drinks, and I would say ideally the restaurants or healthy restaurants. The one-to-one, which is coming with a specific online customization coaching tool for them to really train on a go anywhere and anytime, as well as basically really build their brand. And I am in the process of writing a book, going slowly, but I'm getting there.
That's amazing. I mean, I know a lady called Isan who is actually into timing, you know, looking at the stars, looking at the cycles, and talking about timing. And something tells me now that I think talking to you gives many people the hope that they can bring all these different fields of you know, like holistic side, the astrology, you know, the fitness part, the personal brand together all in one, and still take it to the next level, if you like.
Yeah, this is what I think this is what few friends said about me. because basically they were saying like how I managed to pull the bits and pieces and create, because I used to be the one who believed if you have to do one thing, you do one thing, yes. And yes, but I think you need to do lots of different things to really fully get to know yourself and guide. And I can see, as you asked me about the events before, I can see why the things happen to me right now, because I was too logical, I was too analytical, I was too much analyzing. I would analyze, overanalyze, and I would stop myself. This means now I can see why I needed to go these different directions. And on the recommendation of Stanley Brandley, I was given this big amulet, which apparently is supposed to increase my energy. It actually measures the energy stuff. And yeah, and I just basically, I'm not necessarily saying I need to sell it, what we just discussed. I'm not selling people to help them to connect with the universe. It's not my role. There are others who are doing it better.
Yeah.
But it helped me to connect with who I am.
Mm-hmm. And so where do you see yourself beyond achieving your goal? Is there something bigger? Is it something, because at the moment we like to minimize ourselves to just, oh, I achieved this little small goal and I'll be fine. But is there anything beyond that?
I'm actually the other way around. Actually, I find it easier to have the beyond rather than like where I am now.
I love that.
I think this has been the problem, because I always knew where I wanted to be, but I find it difficult. What is the right thing I need to do right now to get me there? But no, but my ideal thing is I want to have my healthy note in a talk show. And I have a complete like image what I would love to do, even going around the restaurants, promoting the places, but allowing people, to those who really working in the industry to start with, but which can open up to others, to really share their, like, you know, their personal story, you know, their strength and sort of their message to the world.
Because at the end of the day, many people who go to these restaurants bring themselves, bring their past, bring their future with them as they appear, I believe. You know, you have the story that you keep telling yourself. You take that in restaurants, you take that in fitness, you take that everywhere with you. And having a person like you making, I hope I'm going to express myself properly, making that experience in the restaurant a very meaningful one. You're going to open up doors, not just to their people's own minds, but people's own hearts too.
Yeah, because and I agree. Yeah, because it's the experience. Yes, it's sort of. It's mean basically in terms of the sharing. I would say as a sort of like we have a TV show. This is my goal, and probably be then I'd say the next Tony Robbins.
I love it. And what would be your last message? Please tell me, what would be your last message for humanity, for all those people who joined us around the world?
I would say everyone really has their own gift. We have a reason to be here, and take your time to discover what it is and who you are, because the one person you don't want to hide from and pretend from is yourself.
Oh, fantastic. Lenka, you are such a joy to speak with, and I bet all those people who join you in your team, if you have one already, they must be so blessed to have you.
Oh, thank you.
As their leader, as a woman, as a person who is doing so much for the community that you live in, like restaurants and you go to these fitness places. I think you are real inspiration to all of us, at least to me. So take it from me.
Okay, so thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much for the interview. It was absolutely a pleasure. It was actually great fun as well.
And please tell me, where could people find you? What's your email address, or where should they go to find you?
I think the easiest would be the website. It's called Hotifyme, HOTIFYME.com. There are all the details, but I am very on social media. All social media is called Hotifyme. Only Facebook is Hotifyme brand. And otherwise, the email I'm happy to share. It's Lenka, LENKA, @hotifyme.com.
Fantastic. Now, in closing, I'd like to say thank you so much for finding time, for being such a wonderful, inspirational individual to all of us, and wishing you a lovely day.
Okay, thank you very much, Agatha. Thank you. It was lovely, absolute pleasure to talking to you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.